Hi everybody, welcome to this week's vlog. My name's Jenny. If you're new, welcome along. If you've seen my videos before, then thank you for coming back and welcome back. And it's early morning here again, and my mug of the day today is a cup of courage. And it's really nice because I was chatting with Nathan the other day and he said, oh, you definitely have enough courage. So that's quite sweet. And on the back it says you got this, and of course it's pink, which is my favorite color. So, and these mugs are huge as well, so it takes me ages to get through my coffee. So this is my mug for today. I am currently working on some Christmas wreaths at the moment, and I've made some orders from suppliers overseas, so I'm waiting for those accessories and materials to come through. I found a new supplier a couple of nights ago and started to choose all of the things that I wanted, and then found that they didn't ship to my local shop and ship address in that country, so that was a little bit frustrating. Then I was trying to find other package forwarding companies that had an address where they might ship to, but they didn't ship there either. So it's obviously quite a smallish company that will only do local deliveries. So I have found a local, just a freight company. And I reached out to them yesterday and I said, look, this is my situation. Can you help me? I'm going to buy a lot of things. I would like them shipped to you. Can you then forward them on to my shop and ship address in the country? And they've said that they will help me out. So this morning I'm going to be doing some shopping, which makes me very happy. And then I'm going to be doing some wreath making. So I've got all of my work out of the way, and passed on to Nathan all the bits that he can be getting on with that I don't need to be involved with, so that I've got a free day to do all the creative bits. Big white dog, do you want to be on Mummy's vlog? Oh yeah, are you hungry? Is that your breakfast being made? Can you hear it? Big white dog's breakfast. Oh yes. Are you excited? Sitting out on the patio. I've been out here since about 5 o'clock this morning, and it's probably about 7:30 now, and the doggies have been out since 6. They've been running around, they've been having their breakfast, and now these two, I just turned around and they are still at it, and they are constantly like this for hours at a time. Baldo will just basically play with anybody, and Baldo is the smaller one of the two, and Harley is the big Great Dane with the black spots. Look at that, puppy love. When you're a little bit dirty and you need your friend to lick you clean. Hi everyone, I'm in the car en route to Abu Dhabi. I am the very proud owner of the new blue British passport. So taking it into Abu Dhabi because I need to have my Abu Dhabi visa renewed, which will need to be stamped into the new passport. So it's just rather timely. So taking that so the office can get on with that. Also going to pick up some new inventory for my e-commerce business. So I'm very excited to see that. And then popping off to look for some new accessories for some other pieces of inventory for my e-commerce shop. So it's all e-commerce at the moment. So if you are following me on Instagram, you will be able to see our Christmas shop going live in the next few days, and that is Gateway Art Sales LLC, or my personal Insta is Jenny Hunt Expat Entrepreneur. So have a look out in the next few days for our little Christmas shop details. This is Naughtylicious. She's actually blind in one eye. She was found as a kitten with really badly ulcerated eyes. Fortunately, somebody took her to the vet, and the vet unfortunately couldn't save her sight in one of the eyes, but managed to save it in the other. So she is blind in one eye, but yesterday she came home with a nasty, nasty eye. and it's looking really red and horrible. So we took her to the vet, and she's got to stay in for a few days now. We've got to wait for the swelling to go down. It's really nasty and red under the eyelid, and she's on some painkillers and some antibiotics. However, we kept her in last night, and one of the other cats very kindly brought in a mouse for her to play with. Now up on the wall there is Baldo. He has climbed up the palm tree onto our garden wall. Baldo, what do you think you're doing up there? Hello. What are you doing? Good morning, everybody. I hope you're well. This is the start of our week here, so it's going to be the day that I'm going to be doing the editing for the weekly vlog. And if you can hear some background noise here, it's because it's actually raining here in the UAE. So we're in November now, so it's rainy season. But I got up this morning really early. I think I got into the office about 4:30. And I've read a major news article on my phone. So when Nathan got up, I said, do not look at the news because we will discuss it for my vlog. You haven't looked at it, no?
I haven't looked at it, no.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, well, hold on, let me step back. In the UAE, as an expat non-Muslim, you used to have an alcohol license, correct?
Correct, yes.
And they abolished that in Abu Dhabi a few weeks
Correct.
ago, didn't they? But you still had to have it in Dubai.
Yes.
And it was always a bit of a grey area because when you had visitors to stay, they were supposed to have an alcohol card, but you can't get one unless you're a resident. So it was all a bit of a mess. But in Abu Dhabi, they have abolished it a couple of weeks ago. Well, under this new law, it's now not criminal to be having alcohol.
Throughout the whole of the UAE. So they're abolishing all alcohol licenses.
I assume
Okay.
so, because I was going to use my phone as my prompt for this discussion, and now because I'm using it for recording, I'm going to have to try and remember everything. So that was one thing. So I thought that's a major step forward for a Muslim country.
I think, yeah, because I think also with Dubai, it was, I recall reading something, they were issuing licenses to people when they were arriving at the airport. So you could purchase an alcohol license, but people didn't know about it. And then if you got into trouble here as a tourist and you had alcohol in your system, they could do you for not having an alcohol license, even though you're a tourist.
They could do you,
Yeah.
could they?
Yeah. Do you?
Okay, so that's one major thing. Then the next major thing is, and I always found this a bit strange, it's related to Good Samaritans. So, for example, if there was a car crash at the side of the road and you were a witness to it, you couldn't get out and help somebody, like give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, kiss of life, whatever you want to call it. You couldn't help to resuscitate because that would be a criminal act, especially if something was to happen to them. Now it's decriminalised.
Well, that's good.
So I think that's really positive.
That's very good because
it will help to save lives, I'm sure.
yeah, I would have thought so.
Because you wouldn't think twice about doing something like that in the UK, but here you couldn't.
Don't want to help. That's what I think people just stand around and look. Or did stand around and look. Well, that's good. We might see.
It's getting better.
We might see more people helping other people out.
Next one. Cohabitation of unmarried couples.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So previously, and particularly when I moved to the UAE even, if you weren't married, women and men couldn't live together. So I've mentioned this before, and Nathan hates it when I say this, but
Marriage of
technically
convenience.
we have a marriage of convenience because although we were engaged to get married, we brought our marriage forward and we changed it from getting married in the UK to getting married here, to literally 6 weeks after I moved to the UAE. And the purpose of that was really for document purposes. So it seemed a bit pointless to pay for visa processing, driver's license, and getting everything processed in my maiden name to then have to go through the whole process again and get it changed into my married name. So we got married quickly.
Marriage of convenience, as you call it.
Marriage of convenience. Well, now it's not an issue anymore.
Well, now of course it's not. We've been married 11 years.
But for people who aren't married yet, they can now live together and it's not illegal.
So.
And that also means for people visiting, so tourists coming in, they haven't got to worry if they are a couple but not married about having a hotel room together.
There's still that underlying law that's still there. You can cohabit, however you can't sleep together, unless you're married.
Look, this is a step in the right direction and it's a huge step forward for a Muslim country. Right, next thing, and for me...
Wow, you're full of news this morning, aren't you?
For me, I think this is the biggest one, and that is wills.
Yeah.
So wills for expats here have traditionally been a huge issue because we're governed by Sharia law, and so under Sharia law Muslims generally don't have wills, and their estate upon their death gets distributed amongst various family members, and it's done by percentages. And so as expats in this country, when we die, our estate would be distributed in the same manner, and that may not necessarily be how you want it to happen. So a few years ago they introduced wills into the DIFC, which is the Dubai International Financial Centre. So if you were in Dubai, you could get a will produced up there and it would be legally binding. However, they were ridiculously expensive. I think they were about 20,000 dirhams per person. So that's a lot of money. You're talking a couple of £1,000s. Then in Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago, they introduced a system whereby you could have a will and you could get it notarized, and it was supposed to be honoured upon your death. Obviously once you die you don't know what happens, but it's always been a bit of a contentious issue here for expats, i.e. you can't control what happens to your estate, and if you have not got it documented, although wills technically were sort of not legal here, it would go to the state.
Yep.
So now, upon an expat, so here, if you want to have a bottle of gas delivered, we get a little truck down the road every morning, ringing its bell, and you go outside with your empty gas bottle, and you can get a new one.
I just thought that it might be interesting to say, what is that ringing of a bell?
It sounds like an old fire truck. So now, going back to this, expats, when we die, the law of our domicile country will preside. So for us, we're UK expats, so that now means that we would need to have a will drawn up, but it will be as per the regulations in the UK.
So does that mean 40% of it has got to go to the UK government?
Most likely. Most likely in inheritance tax. I mean, obviously it does raise lots of questions, as you have just done, but these are massively, massively significant things for the UAE to be implementing, and I think it just shows that they really do take seriously that a huge proportion, like 85% of the population here is expat. I think that they are wanting to really make it inclusive, because for the last few years they have been talking about tolerance, inclusiveness, increasingly, and I think it just demonstrates their commitment to that. And then from a business perspective, it makes the UAE a much more attractive place for foreign direct investment. It makes it a much more attractive place for expats to want to reside, and particularly it goes quite nicely hand in hand with the new retirement visas that are now available as well. So there you go, a little bit of UAE news, and I think it's all positive. So what do you think?
And the FDI Abu Dhabi laws.
Okay, you can talk about that because I'm going to have a sip.
Oh, okay. They launched the FDI Abu Dhabi last week. So now that 100% foreign ownership LLCs can come into the country in those different sectors that they've already outlined.
So there's 113 different sectors. If you want to set up a business and you're a foreign individual or foreign business owner, and you are looking at the UAE as an attractive place to do business, which it is, particularly if you are taking into consideration the way the UAE has handled COVID, and in terms of keeping its citizens and residents safe and maintaining its economy, the UAE does look really attractive.
Harley.
So if you do want to set up a business, I'm going to use this as the little plug for our business, then contact myself or Nathan at the Gateway Group of Companies, which is gatewaytouae.com, and we will help you set up your business.
Harley.
You can own it 100%. Look, Harley's excited.
And the other one about, have you spoken about the new Dubai visa?
No.
Okay, so the new Dubai visa that Dubai has launched, with a lot of people now working from home, you can now move to Dubai and get a visa through Dubai immigration as long as you have a monthly income, a proof of salary of $5,000 per month. They will issue you a 1-year visa so that you can move here and work from home in the sun, so to speak. The visa price, I think it's around $600 to $700 for a 1-year visa. There's more information coming out about it, but they have just launched it. So for those people that work from home and want to work from home in the sun, it's an option.
Cool.
And again, you want to know more, you can contact us through the same.
He's so excited.
through the same channels that Jenny's just spoken about.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching again this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope it's been a little bit more informative about the UAE and these amazing new regulations and laws that are going to be coming into place here. And have a fantastic week ahead. Take care. Bye now.
Havana, bye. Get out the tree.
Okay, can you press the button?